on in the show today. They need to get in the air, get organized, make sure everything's secure in the cockpits so they're all ready to go for their routine. The guy up front is watching where they're going. Everybody else has their head turned to one side or the other, watching the aircraft next to them.
At just under 3,000 feet, the canopies will open up, and our jumpers will land where the streamer is right in front of you.
Sam, I don't want to interrupt your narrative here, but I might explain what happened here to delay your jump.
Absolutely,
we didn't have a chance to tell you, and I'm sorry about that. It's just one of those things. We have to get all of these aircraft on the ground and the props stopped before the jumpers come out of the plane. They have an aversion to jumping down into areas where propellers are spinning. I'm sure you can understand that. So what you were just seeing was a break to landing for the Red Star Pilots Association. They come down through here, and each in turn peels off toward the downwind leg of the landing pattern, which is an imaginary line in the sky back there. We see those planes, and you see the effect it has. It spaces them out so that as they land, nobody has to go around. There's plenty of room for somebody to get on the ground and roll ahead, and the next person can land, etc., and etc. It's simply done to expedite the landing of these aircraft. So that's what's going on, and as soon as we get them in their parking places stopped, we'll be ready for the Wings of Blue team to do its jump.
West to eastward. Other mountain still west. Two jumpers simultaneously exit the aircraft from 11,000 feet. And ladies and gentlemen, at this time, all three of our jumpers have safely deployed their main canopies. I'm sure you noticed how they exited the aircraft with a decent amount of separation. This is just to ensure, once again, that they don't open up under canopy and smack right into each other. Canopy collisions can be kind of nasty. Alex Ferguson. These two jumpers are flying streamers. If you'll notice up and to your left again, the second jumper deployed his parachute. There was about a 20-second gap between the two deployments, so that means that the jumpers were able to create 3,000 feet of separation. Ladies and gentlemen, Cadet First Class Sam Rainey. Following Sam into land is Cadet First Class Todd Lee. Todd is from Lawrence, Kansas, and affectionately known by his friends as Todd the Stormin' Mormon Lee. Everybody give it up for Todd. And at this time, all six jumpers are safely under canopy and will start making their way back toward the landing area. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Andy Hagwood. Following in Sergeant Hagwood is also another Master Sergeant Keith Tolley from Boston, Massachusetts. Sergeant Tolley likes to say that he's been rocking the shaved head look since 1998. Give it up for that beautiful artistic landing.
In just a couple of minutes, we'll be bringing in the Rocky Mountain Renegades to move along with our show. We'll tell you all about them when they get here. Pretty neat demonstration.
That is the U.S. Air Force Academy
Fighter demonstration team.
Glider Demonstration Team.
They'll be coming around a little bit later on. Takes them a while for them to get to altitude. Gary Rower will be flying the Super Steerman also later on in the show. As they go through this maneuver, let me explain to you, this white smoke that you're seeing coming out of the aircraft is there primarily so you can see where they're flying in the sky. You'll see a lot of it as the day goes on. It also helps the individual pilots see each other when they become separated, as in the case of the solos, and they're approaching each other at very high speed. The smoke is made by injecting a paraffin-based oil into the hot exhaust of the airplane, where it is atomized, makes the smoke. It isn't burned, and because it's paraffin-based, it won't harm the environment, and it won't harm you. Ladies and gentlemen, here it comes from the left, the in-trail loop. From the right, Captain Gray once again calls smoke on. The four-ship formation descending in close trail for a figure-8 pass. Every aircraft has a difficult close trail position with its propeller precariously close to the airplane in front of it. Up comes the nose, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. A perfect 4-point roll. Number 6, flown by Captain Bergman, will be performing knife edge flight lift during this maneuver. That's the reason he needs a lot of speed, because you can see he's arcing downward. You are losing airspeed because it's a very draggy maneuver. As the lead makes his turn to set up the formation for a final pass, let me introduce you to the pilots. Flying that lead aircraft in a Vans RV-8 is Jim Gringo Gray from Evergreen, Colorado. Jim's a former Navy fighter pilot and retired 747 captain from a major airline. Aircraft number 2 is an RV flown by Stephanie Blue Jay Wells from Arvada, Colorado. She's a former Air Force pilot who spent much of her flying career working for NASA and training astronauts for space shuttle missions. In aircraft number 3, it's an RV-8 flown by Steve Weasel Cox from Evergreen, Colorado. He's also a former Air Force fighter pilot and currently an A320 captain for a major airline. Slot position, aircraft 4 and RV-4, flown by Hans Miesler. He's from Fremont, Colorado. Hans is a former Army helicopter pilot and combat veteran and a retired captain for a major airline.
Required to fly a vertical upline with no engine. Hayes is Cadet Gibson caps off the top of the line with an excellently performed hammerhead. of the inverted shark's tooth. As the glider flies parallel to the field, the pilots are continuously monitoring winds, airspeed, and altitude to ensure they're in a safe position to land. In gliders, flying a proper landing pattern is especially important because there is no engine and therefore no opportunity to go around. Only one shot. The show's not over yet. Cadet Gibson and Coach Matacola are now making their final turn to land the Sabre. As they set up for landing, I would like to invite you to stop by to visit your United States Air Force Academy Aerobatic Demonstration Team, where you can see this amazing aircraft for yourself, take photos, talk to the pilots, and ask questions about the great opportunities at the United States Air Force Academy. On behalf of the 94th Flying Training Squadron, 306th Flying Training Group, and the United States Air Force Academy, please allow me to say it has been a pleasure to showcase our capabilities for you here today. We appreciate your attention and hope you enjoy the rest of today's aerial demonstration.
Thank you so much for that awesome demonstration. And we're about to get set with the next act. There we go.
Great photo opportunity for you folks along the show line here. The A-26 Invader. Very, very few of these flying, and this is one of the oldest ones still operating. We'll tell you more about it when it gets in the air during our Warbird parade. But here's a photo op you don't very often get, right smack in your face. A World War II, Korea, and Vietnam-era airplane in perfect condition. The light airplane. Watch the climb performance on this thing. Straight up in the air, rolling it around, the torque of the engine, spinning the airplane as it goes up, 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 way up there. And at the very top, just lets the engine torque hold the airplane there, gradually slides backwards down through his smoke. There he comes, tumbling out of that. The airplane starts flying almost as soon as the nose is pointed down again. And a big dive, and here's where the G's come, right here. When he pulls back on that stick to go for level flight and actually climb a little bit, that's about 3 or 4 times his normal weight right at the bottom of that. Shortly after he was discharged from the Army, Don went to work for United Airlines, accumulated over 25,000 hours of flight time, and retired as a captain of the Boeing 767. Now he flies aerobatic contests. He's won quite a few in the unlimited category, the top of the line. Here's Matt Tanner again. That's a toughie there. He pushes through with his head toward the outside, which means the G-forces that normally would be in his seat are now trying to ram his entire body right up into his helmet. Please, again, don't look right into that sun. It's very, very dangerous. It's going to be achieved in flight. And the actual operational limit is about 12. This airplane even has the seat tilted back about 35 degrees, which allows the pilot to withstand the G's a little better. Interestingly enough, that's the same thing they did in the F-16 fighter The seat in that one is tilted back almost 45 degrees. And once again, Matt just, it's like he reached down looking for the instruction book and forgot he was flying, isn't it? Not for a second, believe me. Got that. I was away for just a second there. That was a hammerhead turn, sort of, but not really. And another big pull right out front here. An awful lot of speed right down in there. This airplane could do around 200 miles an hour and could roll over 360 degrees a second. Once again, hangs it right on the prop and just tail slides backwards, flips over coming out of that, upside down. Here we go. Got the nose pointed down, starts flying again.